Hi, welcome to the interview. How are you?
Very well.
Very great, yeah. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Describe UMI in a few words, please.
In a few words, yeah. So it's energy markets, obviously.
Yeah. It's infotaining. That's how I always describe it, because I think you always have at least one takeaway per episode, and it's also entertaining, I think.
Yeah, we hope that it's understandable, so people understand what we're saying, I hope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's always our benchmark as well. You know, I, for example, always take my parents or my son as a benchmark. So I test the material at home, and if they understand it, I think we do a lot right. And then, yeah, I think that's my personal opinion.
Yeah, it's also fun. I mean, the topics are not always funny, yeah. So that's clear, but we have a lot of fun producing it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it's really interesting. So how was UMI created?
Oh, that is a long time ago, I think, yeah.
That goes back to 2018, I believe. So quite some time. And we were both standing in front of the White House back then.
Hello and welcome to UTB. Again, right in front of the White House. This time, I'm happy to welcome Gregor Pett. Hi.
Hi, Florian. Oh, true, yeah. That was the World Gas Conference in Washington, D.C.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That was an amazing experience. There was also a football world championship going on at the same time, which was less of an experience, at least from a German perspective.
Absolutely.
but the conference and this interview, that was great, yes.
Yeah, absolutely. And from there on, we had an internal format, and we continued that. Of course, we had COVID then, and it was basically me standing in my apartment, you was in your room, and we were FaceTiming.
You had that potted plant in the corner.
Yes, banana plant.
Yeah,
yes, the famous banana plant.
That's a feature. Yeah.
Still exists, and I remember I even one time built like a set like Jimmy Fallon and had Gregor as a screen as a guest in my apartment. From there on, somebody asked us, how about doing this externally as well? Because we said yes, and that's why we moved into the studio. Never looked back so far.
Yeah.
What's your background?
Yeah, background. Yeah, so I'm originally a physicist, so I studied physics, and not a lot what I do every day is to do with physics anymore. But then I joined '94 the energy industry and worked for companies called Ruhrgas, E.ON, and now Uniper. Did quite different things, from gas portfolio optimization to strategy projects, etc. And then finally market analytics, and this is why we came in contact and had the idea then to produce the UMI.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and for me it's a little bit different. Hotel is my original background, and I use that to travel the world a little bit and work in different places. Yeah, then around 20 years ago I started here with E.ON Energy Trading. Started in relocation, that's a HR part. Did trading for 3 years for gas and power portfolios as well. And then ended up in encompass because they were looking for somebody to report on energy markets, and that's
Here we are.
what I'm doing since, exactly.
Okay, and you speak about many topics. Is there a favorite topic you have?
Yeah, for me it's geopolitics. It's not because the themes are always nice, yeah, or it's very, very difficult very often, but it's very relevant, and it affects all of us. And this is why I think it's very important that we cover that in our format.
One thing that you always mention as well is we have a kind of a responsibility as an energy company also for society, and I think that's always important to highlight. My personal ones are always weather and LNG, because similar to Gregor's view, it's a global setup, and it's always interesting to follow that.
What is special about the Gregor Florian duo?
That's a good one. So it's we're trying to do this in a very interactive way, and I think it's simply the chemistry works, I think.
I have to say, it's good to have somebody like Gregor, and we usually record one episode for around 15 minutes, but we use double the time because we cracking jokes here. So it's a really cool atmosphere, and I like that. And I'm sure that if I won't do that, but if I would call Gregor at 2 a.m. in the morning and ask him an energy-related question, he would answer it right away. So it's a really special relationship, I would say.
Absolutely.
Thank you really much for the interview.
Thank you.
Thank you.